Hello everyone, and welcome back to the No Tractor Challenge. As you can see, I'm not driving a tractor. And today it is now the early morning in April. So what we are doing now is trying to very carefully load some mixed salad onto our trailer, because we are going to sell some of this if I can get around this tiny little work area without causing a problem. Now we've got 10 boxes of this stuff, and it is currently around about its best price. I think, if I remember correctly. I shall pop up the sales menu in just a moment. Okay, let's get that one lifted up. Lovely. And around here. Yeah, got a little bit more space now. Yeah, I want to say it's selling for about oh crumbs, don't push it off. That'd be really awkward. So I'm just going to do a cheeky nudge on this one. Push it up to there, and then spin around and pick them up. Yeah, now if I recall correctly, these are selling for about 2,247, something like that, or just less than. Let's have a quick look now while I think about it. Let's see, salad. Yep, 22.47, which is currently the top price at the moment. I don't think this yearly data is incredibly accurate at the moment, because obviously we haven't run an entire year, so it is still going on what it thinks is good data, or just like a baseline of whatever the initial price was when we first plonked the sell point down. But let's pop them on there and give them a quick strapperoo so they don't fly off with my ridiculous driving. Or at least I didn't strap the telehandler to it. That would be awkward, wouldn't it? So yeah, what have we got on today? Well, besides selling this, we also have another thing of silage to sell. The second silo clamp thing that we have, that one is fully fermented and ready to go, so we are going to have to sell that as well. And we've got our field of wheat to harvest, which means more crop, some seed for the chickens there, and some food for the chickens, and some crops for the seed maker. Ooh, a little bit slippy there. I think that's because I've probably got all-wheel steering still turned on. Yeah, I do. Now our grass fields are coming up for cutting again. That's going to be next month, because they still have one more potential growth stage. I mean, we could actually cut them now, but I think we're going to wait and then do them next game day, which will be what is it? May. That will be May. Because as you can see, the field is a little bit lower than that bit of edge grass that we haven't cut yet, so we'll give that a chance to grow up a bit. We'll give that a chance to progress to the final growth stage, as it were. Now this is going to sell here, and I hope we get, well, it would sell here if I could actually get this thing to turn properly. It's because I'm on a wheel steer. Come on, there we go. Oh, there we go, that got taken away nicely. So 15 grand for that. That is good. Very good indeed. And we are going to need to get a bit of money, because as I mentioned in the last episode, we are thinking about getting precision farming. And well, we're not thinking about it, I have thought about it, and I've made an executive decision based on some interim testing. And what we are going to do with that is we're going to wait till these fields are harvested and then load it. So essentially what I'm thinking is we're going to wait until I hit the greenhouse with the trailer. No, we're going to wait until we get these ones harvested. We're probably not going to do any prep work on the fields until then. And then we'll load in precision farming and do all that fun stuff. Get everything prepped up proper and nice, and then see about loading in precision farming and working with that. But with that in mind, I have been looking at some alternative, tillage equipment. Because obviously we are going to need to potentially change what we're doing just a tiny bit. I mean, realistically, we could keep going with the plough. That's not going to cause any massive issues, I don't think. Unlike my driving, which is absolutely terrible. I'll leave that there for now. Yeah, so we've got the tillage option. At the moment we've got a plough, which will generate stones, but isn't the most 100% environmentally friendly way of doing it. And in some ways that kind of, I'm not too worried about getting a 100% field environment score, but it would be nice to, if we can afford it, to have a look at getting some things that that would, maybe just work a bit better if we can. I mean, the plough's good. Now, one thing I am going to do is the periodic ploughing. Now, I know precision farming doesn't actually require that, but if I'm doing like corn or potatoes or just the periodic ploughing in general, and it says we need to plough a field, we're going to plough a field. But what we're looking at getting maybe for this is something like a disc harrow. Is it disc harrow? I think that's what they're called. Yeah, disc harrow. Probably something like this Kinsey here, which is a shallow cultivator, which, from what I understand, gives you 0 stones, but some what's the other stuff? But you will get weeds. The other option would be a cultivator of some sort, possibly something like that's a little bit expensive for the Rostal mesh one. That's only 5 meters. Perhaps something like that. Although it's a tad expensive. Or maybe a 7 meter one like this lizard, which is just a cultivator which will bring up some seeds, some stones rather. And the potential with that is we could look at getting a roller, which would then increase our yield a tiny bit as well. So there's that option. That's something to think about. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cheap for a 7 meter cultivator. Oh, it's the same one. Oh, okay, this is the branded version, the Solano PC branded version. The other one's the console version, just the lizard one. Don't know why I have both, but there you go. Yeah, so we could get a cultivator and maybe a roller. I mean, I could be really cheeky and get one of these, which is a 8 meter, and it says it's a shallow cultivator as well. I could be really cheeky and get one of them, but for the sake of trying something different, we've got some options. And with the rollers, again, there's probably something like that, 20 meter, not 20 meter, 6.5 meter, 20 grand type roller. There's not a great deal of choices there. But also we're looking at getting something to do the grassland as well. Where is it here? Grassland care. We could potentially get one of these ones, 6.3 meter grassland roller thing. And it's got a seeder option on it as well. I don't think we need that to seed anything. We've already got a weeder that does that. And that's the other thing too. We've got a weeder already. And like I said, I'm not massively concerned with getting the full whack out of the environmental score, so we can use our mechanical weeder that we've got already. So potentially something like this for 12.5, just over 12 meters. That one could happen. Or there's always a potential of getting something like this. Now, I guess this would count as a grassland harrow roller thing. I mean, it's not technically a roller, but it's in the grassland care section, so you know, potentially it could work. It's interesting why the smaller ones actually, do they do something? Because they seem to require more horsepower than the bigger one, which has a little foldable ends. How strange. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason for them that does something like that, but who knows? Yeah, so maybe we'll look at getting one of these for this one for just under 14 grand, or maybe this massive one for 32 grand, something like that. But that may or may not. That actually may. I don't know if that does a fertilizer state, or if that just counts as rolling. But anyway, we've got ourselves some options there. Now, what's next? Yeah, we've got that. This one over here. In fact, let me go ahead and undo it now. I think it's still registers as being, yeah. Okay, yeah, we've got another 110,000 litres. Oh yeah, that was the interesting thing. Where I didn't use the blade to level it out with, I didn't have the issue over in this side, he says, smacking his face on the wooden boards. Over in this silo, we didn't have the issue with it clogging up again. So, I don't know if that was because we didn't use the blade this time, or quite what the deal was there. So, this one I'm hoping will go just the same. In fact, let me check the price on silage at the what's it thing. Mini BGA, currently 302 and rising. Okay, so we will probably not worry about that right now. We'll give that price a chance to go up somewhat. In fact, let's check the. We are in April, aren't we? So it should technically be declining. But okay, game, you know, as you prefer. So we'll see what happens with that. If that goes up, then brilliant. If it goes down, then maybe we'll wait a bit and hang on to it. But what we can do is, there it is. Yeah, it's in there. Not get in that. Get in this. There we go. That's the correct vehicle. So yeah, we're getting this, and we shall make a start on our wheat harvest, because we need to harvest the wheat. And yeah, what we're going to do is, depending on how much we get off of this one as well, you know, I probably could just leave this header possibly even on the combine. Do I really need a trailer for it? Yeah. Let's just back it up in there for now. It's not quite in the way. But yeah, so we got this wheat. Now with the bread, that's our, I think I said that was our main production that we are working with. So we will put a little bit more wheat in there to build up some flour, which is going to be good. We've already got 3,800 litres of flour, which the bread will go very nicely with. I want to say it's 2 flour to 1 bread. So let's get going on this. See just how much we can get. And we are of course getting the straw, which we will take straight down to the BGA as well. Get that converted into some lovely digestate for us. And then once we've got precision farming on, we'll start using that digestate and doing the old fertilising, which will mean we might have to upgrade the tanker that we've got, which I can't remember where we've put. I think it's over by the chickens. Yeah, so we may have to upgrade that as well, either size-wise or at least maybe putting a manure sensor on it, because I think it's got one of those. I think you can put that on most of the slurry spreaders. It's like a nitrogen sensor that detects exactly how much nitrogen is in your slurry/digestate mix and adjusts the spread accordingly, something like that. So that could be interesting to see in action. But yeah, I mean, you've all kind of seen me harvest a field before, so we'll carry on with this. Might get a little bit of a montage going. Yeah, I think we could do that, perhaps. I mean, it's basically just harvesting. We all know what harvesting looks like. We've all done lots of harvesting. But, yeah, we shall see. Certainly, it is going quite nicely. We're not quite around a full headland yet. And we are already 33% full. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking about too, now that I'm looking at the straw swath going all over the shop here, is we're thinking of changing out the windrower as well. Because obviously the one we've got is the 3-point link mounted front windrower, which is great and would be really great on a tractor, but it's not so great with the with the big tanker lorry that we're using, primarily because the lorry is so long. The turning circle with the pickup wagon on the back kind of makes a bit of a mess of it all. You know, because it all just swings. Whenever we get to corners, it all just goes a bit awry. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking what we might do with that is get a slightly different windrower that is actually quite a bit bigger. In fact, once we get to the end of this headland, because I think what we should do is just plonk this straight into the silo, as we are in a good spot for that. And while it is decanting itself, yeah, there we go. Just let the straw pile up there, lovely. And no, not start. Not switch vehicle. How do I even do this? There we go. Oh, thanks for farting some straw out in the middle of nowhere, Mr. Harvester. Well done, you. Yeah, where is it now? Windrowers, here we go. I mean, we could get something like this Samash Z2-840H. That's only 80 horsepower. That we could run with the telehandler, or we got the option of this fella for similar sort of price, 6.3 meters though, so it's a bit smaller. The one I was actually thinking of was this one here, 8.5 meters, 19 grand. That actually looks quite tasty. So yeah, in fact I think we might just go ahead and buy that now. We're going to buy that now, and then we'll take the lorry down to the what's it called thing, down to the shop once we are ready, and we'll pick that up. When we've done with all the harvesting, we can pick that thing up and potentially windrow some of the straw with it, and then just scoop it up with the old collector forage wagon and get that over to the BGA a little bit quicker. I know it's sort of almost not exactly double handling, but the whole, well, I suppose technically it is. You know, I could just drive around and around and around, but the windrower probably goes a bit quicker than the forage wagon will, so yeah. I don't think that's a terribly bad plan. But yeah, I shall carry on with this. I'm not sure if we will do a montage or not. I suppose we could. But yeah, maybe a little bit of a montage with all the little things we'll be doing. Harvesting this, getting the thing and whatnot. Yeah, so I shall see you all in a little bit once we've done some stuff. again, everyone. Now, as you can see, we got the harvest done, and we got the straw windrowed and picked up. This is the second, well, that's the third, but half a load of straw that we popped in the thing. So we got 2 full loads and a half, which ironically is about the same as the grass that we got through from the silage that we put in. And as you can see there, our money's gone up to 102 grand, and it should be going up again in just a little bit, because we are about to roll over the hour again. So, what we are going to do is head back to base here and take stock of where we are at. Now, the grass here on the left is not quite fully grown yet. I mean, we can harvest it now, but as you can see, there is a slight height difference between where these sort of meadow flowers are here and the field itself. So we'll likely cut that in the next month, next game day. And yeah, so that field is all ready to go for the next thing. And our money has rolled over. We are now up to 128 grand. That's rather tasty. Let's just check the processing, see what we've got. Okay, the silage is done, and there is still 60,000 litres of straw to process. Lovely job. Okay, so we should get how much? Yeah, not going to get a massive amount of money for that, but it is again more digestate and more income, so that will tick over again probably in the next hour. We'll get a little bit more again on top of what we got. But I think what we are going to do now is basically just tidy up around here and then have a bit of a rest until the morning, because we are in a pretty good, I almost said state, but I mean, yeah, I suppose it's a state. We're doing pretty good, we're in good shape. That's what we're doing. So let me pop that in there. In fact, yes, speaking of the harvest, the chickens, we'll just check on the chickens. Chickens are doing good. We've got our second bunch of them in there now. I think, oh no, we've got a third bunch. Even better. So, yeah, I think this pen takes 360, and we are now at 360. And we don't technically need the roosters anymore, but yeah, now these ones 2 months and 0 months, so these new groups aren't going to be giving us eggs just yet. Yeah, we got some way through puberty, and those ones are on reproduction, so it'll be a little bit before they start plopping out more eggs, but that's okay. Now, wheat-wise, let's just move this out the way. I don't want to park it in there just yet. In fact, we may need it because we may run down to the shop in the morning. But yeah, let's just reverse this all the way around here and park next to this thing. Lovely. Turn that off and have a look at the silo. And is that going to tell us anything? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got 25,000 litres of wheat, which is brilliant. So, what we are going to do, yeah, we got the chickens we can give some wheat to, and that's assuming we could get the pop the old forks just down there. There is still manure in the bucket, I think, over here by the yeah, thingy. Where are you? There you are, manure bucket. Not manure bucket, but yeah. Yeah, still got 300 litres of manure in it, and this thing is probably not going to take it all. It didn't, but that's fine. We'll just leave that little lot on the ground. Actually, what we'll do, we'll pick that little lot up, and we'll pop it down just over here. Because what we can do again, like we did last time, is get the thing in, the little small conveyor belt, and just set it up in front of the greenhouse so it can drip feed that last little bit to it, which will be perfect. So I'm going to give this a quick wash off, because, you know, we don't want to be using a smelly, dirty shovel for feeding the chickens. That would be rude. Yeah, so we should do this, and I think what we can do is we're going to give the chickens another a full shovel worth of the wheat, and okay, that's all cleaned off. So let's check the productions again, because we are going to do sugar. Not sugar, flour. Flour. Did I miss you? Ah yes, wheat flour. 5 and 4. Yeah, so we've got about that. So yeah, we'll put a bucket load of wheat in here to the chickens, and we'll put another bucket load over down into the what's it for the other thing for the flour production. And we're going to need to put some in the seeds as well, aren't we? The seeds factory. So let's see. Drop this in the chickens. Obviously we'll need to look at maybe getting a refrigeration trailer or something just to put the eggs in, so they are stored somewhere else and not just sat there on the ground, probably going bad. Can we pick that up? No, we can't pick that up. Can't pick them up. That's okay there. I don't know if it's going to pop them on the shelves there, and obviously we can't store it in there anywhere at all. Oh crikey! Did we? I've made a bit of a mess there. Oopsie. That's not how that's supposed to go. Well, it turns out they didn't take quite all of the food. So they take 9,000. That figures. Okay, well that's not too bad. Not a problem there. Yep, so we'll get a bucket load of this down into the flour producer, and let's see, now we could do this in 2 hits. So I was going to put about half a bucket into the other thing as well. So, cracky, bit of a wobble on there. There we go, get that emptied. Lovely. So we're going to have 5,000 litres in that little thing. And I shall also collect, on the way out, another roughly half a bucket of wheat to put in the seed generating process unit thing. Why can I not words today? Okay, so there we are. Okay, we are only going to want about that much. Lovely. And I'm not sure if we have... I think we should have tip side grain door on this thing. Let's have a look. Tip side back. No, that's an indicator. Tip side grain door. Lovely. So we'll use that to put some into the thingy. What's that thing called? The seed production. There we go. Yeah, we'll put about 2,500 in there, and 2,800 something, something like that. You know, we'll get that done, and yeah, then we'll sleep through the night. And in fact, we'll probably call it a night. I think. Call it an episode about there, because we've been going around about 30 minutes, I think. But yeah, next time we are going to be most likely harvesting canola. I'm just going to ignore the roads because this is a big patch of grass. Might as well drive across it. Nobody's going to complain. Yeah, so next time we've got hopefully canola maybe ready. If not canola, definitely grass we can do, and something else. Okay, we're over there, aren't we? Oh dear, this thing is being a bit slippy slidey on us today. Again, probably the all-wheel steer doing it, but yeah. Okay, so let's drop the wheat off. Try and get that down as close to 5,000 as we can. Perfect. We should chuck all of that into the thing, so we can do side back again. Lovely. Plonk the rest of this in here. Yeah, we've already got some more delicious mixed salads coming out. That is good. Okay, drop that off there for them. And while that's unloading, let us go down here to the wheat flour and activate that. Now I believe flour is set to distributing. Let's just double check before I start it. Flour, yes, it's set to distributing. Good, good, good. So let us activate that. And that should process nicely, and get us some more flour in there. And then probably next time we'll start the bakery thing going off, making the bread. We've got, where is it now? Yeah, we're doing quite well. We'll see how it goes, because we don't want to sell the bread straight away, so we may just let that run on for a little bit. But yeah, we shall head back. And, oh, before we go, one last thing. Start filling. Oh, we've probably got some lime in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got 5,000 litres of lime. That's handy. Why is it not processing? Should be processing, surely. Oh no, it's inactive. Oh, there you go. Oh, maybe that's from extra stuff I'd popped in it before. Well, nonetheless, let's just check the sales. And, ironically, we have a Zune hammer. That is, I don't think, a spreader. No, that's just a transport tank. Well, I mean, still, not terrible, but not for us. So, yeah, I think we are going to call it a day here. Yeah, let's just drive back to the thing now. Can't see a thing past that shovel. So yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, please give us a like. Hit the old subscribe button too there if you haven't already. And comments are always welcomed. And if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and hope to see you next time as we continue on with the No Tractor Challenge. Cheerio, everyone.